Hello everyone, welcome back. I have my new Ruger Mark IV in. This was sent to me as a replacement for the Ruger Mark III that I had sent in. This is a Ruger Mark III. I've had two of these. I've talked about them in previous videos. Both this Mark III and the one that I sent in have close to 100,000 rounds on them over some 8 years. Um, so basically I was having a problem with no strikes. Basically, maybe 1 in 10 would basically be a misfire. And I had already changed out extractors. I had changed out firing pins. I had changed out all the parts that you can change. Um, and basically I was still having that problem. So I sent it into Ruger, and they basically said that the gun is not repairable. They told me to go to their website and pick another gun, and that they would sell me that at cost. Okay, so that's what they offered to me. Um, I was very quick to point out to Ruger that in the past, like when dealing with Taurus, when I had a similar problem where Taurus could not repair my gun, they replaced the gun at no charge. Okay, so I made sure that they were aware of that. Um, Basically, this gun lists for some $550. Ruger offered to basically a replacement for $240, and I basically bitched a little bit about that, and then they offered it to me for $200, which I said fine, I'll take it for $200. Um, so my thoughts on that is, yes, they did good. They could have done better. Okay, but I mean, I really don't have that many complaints. They get 8 years and 100,000 rounds out of the gun. But at the same time, you do have companies like Taurus and even High Point that will give you a lifetime warranty with no questions asked. Okay? Um, so I basically took this gun out before. I was shooting it. I was shooting it at 30 yards, where that's where those rims are over there. I'm getting about a 6-inch grouping, which is pretty good. Just shooting from a rested position. Um, when I started shooting the gun basically was shooting very low, center but low. Um, and what I had to do is basically I used this stone to file down the front sight, and then basically, that brought the grouping up. If you do that, which you probably have to do if you buy this gun, bring it up a little bit at a time. Don't use a Dremel. Use a stone. Just file it down. Take 10 shots. File it down again. Take another 10 shots, and then bring your group in so that it's pretty much level, and then leave it alone. Don't get too crazy with that. Get it close, and then basically put the gun away and come back and shoot it a day or two later. Because basically, your shooting is not always consistent. So once you touch that line where it's close where you want it to be, just leave it alone. Be patient. Come back a couple of days, and a couple of days later, and shoot it again and see where the gun is. Okay. Um, so I got this gun where I want it. I got a nice grouping at 30 yards, which basically is a little bit on the low side, right? Because basically the grouping is centering here. I'll try this out again in a couple of days. If I'm getting the same grouping, I might bring it up just a little bit more, and that'll be it. Um, One of the things I do not like about this the Mark IV is the safety. They have an ambidextrous safety, and the right side is removable, and they give you a spacer that you can put there, because basically when you hold it, that basically goes right where your knuckle is. I don't like it. I can, and they, they expect that you won't like it, which is the reason why they give you the option of removing it. I'll probably wait a couple of weeks, and I'll probably get rid of it eventually. It does, on the right side. I mean, it does stick out a lot still. It didn't need to stick out that much. I really don't like what they did with that. I'm sure that aftermarket options to get a safety that does not stick out as much. So that's the only thing I don't like about this Ruger Mark IV. I do like the easy takedown. They give you a button in the back here where you push that, and basically the whole thing basically lifts forward. The Mark III design is probably one of the hardest guns in the world to take apart and put back together. It's just a pain in the ass. When you're putting it back together, you have to hold this at a certain angle to get things to fit through certain things, and I'm really glad they improved on that aspect of it, the assembly and the disassembly. But that said, basically I got this gun They list it for, said about $550. They were willing to give me the replacement for $200. You know, in lieu of being able to, you know, as a replacement for my Mark III, which I took. I think that Ruger did good, but I think they could have done better with that. They could have given me the gun at no charge, which other companies have done. But all in all, I'm still satisfied. So there are my thoughts on this. I'm really liking this gun. I'm going to probably, as far as training people, I'm going to keep having them shoot this Ruger Mark III. And basically, I'll completely wear this into the ground. And then when this wears out, I'll send this one in and have them upgrade that one to the Mark IV as well. So that's where I'm planning to go with this. So there's that. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a member, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys next time.